are trapped. You! Sorry, I don't know why that just came to me, but it did. I'm going to talk about the 5 money traps that are happening to you right now in specifically America. If you're in a different country, I'm sure a lot of these are similar, but I'm in America, so I'm just going to speak to those. And those 5 are the debt cycle, the American dream, job dependency, financial literacy or lack thereof, and then number 5, of course, keeping up with the Joneses. So let's hit upon the debt cycle. For those that have followed me a little bit, if you went back, I talked about this specifically, about good debt versus bad debt, and how we continuously, repeatedly do the same things over and over again. So I'm not gonna necessarily repeat exactly that video. You can go ahead and go do that. I'll attach it somewhere around here. But specifically is we continuously keep going into debt. We get out of debt, we have money, we go back into debt. We continuously do this, both through generations, but us as humans as well. Hell, I've done it myself, where you pay off a car, oh, let's get a new one. You pay off the credit card, oh, there goes another spending. And that is because we're comfortable, we're used to it. We're used to being just survival mode, if you will. And that is why having the debt cycle is probably the number 1 issue when it comes to building your money, and it's a trap. So don't do it. Number 2, the old American dream. Let's buy a house with a white picket fence. Let's live our life, let's travel, let's do all the things in the American dream. And I know I've talked about this one just previously with the debt as well. And that is the fact that your primary home and trying to keep that up is a trap in itself if not used correctly. And what do we mean by that? You still have upkeep that you have to do, you still pay taxes on that, and you're not able to use your equity unless you get a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, and you still have to pay for that, which is funny. So the American dream, get a job, get a car, have kids, etc., is also a money trap unless you have planned for it and used it correctly and wisely. The third one is job dependency. What the hell does that mean, Stoy? I have to work to make money. Yes, technically, you have to do some type of job. Own a business, go to work, one of those 2 things. However, it's about investing in assets that make money for you down the road, right? So ultra wealthy do this all the time. They have different assets, whether it's real estate, other businesses, etc. They have money making them money without them working. And the more you can do that, the less dependent on a job you are. So ask yourself this question. If you were to lose your job tomorrow, are you dependent on it for money? And if the answer is yes, you are, which is like 99% of us, then you're dependent on your job, which means you are not making the best decisions for you and yourself, because you're now tied to this thing called a job, or specifically that career path. So let's work on getting assets to work for us. Number 4 is financial literacy. So I'm doing what I'm doing because I'm trying to educate you in the best way possible, well, at least in what I think is the best way possible, and that's being transparent and talking real as I can get. I probably could get realer. YouTube might not like all those words though. So we're just gonna stick to how it is. The lack of financial education in America specifically, not having financial literacy in schools as the subsequent of math or science, is being detrimental to us when we become adults. We don't know how to balance a checkbook. We don't know how to really deal with taxes. We don't know how to save. We don't know how to live with money. And what do I mean by that? We don't know how to live with money sitting in our savings account, right? We know we have money coming in, we want to spend it all. And we just repeat this, and we get in debt, and things happen, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. We are very much uncomfortable with having thousands of dollars set aside, doing whatever it's supposed to be doing, and us not using it. That is not only a financial education issue, it is a mental health issue, in my opinion, and something that we need to address. We need to address relatively quickly. And then number 5, as you all know, keeping up with the Joneses. For the love of all is holy, people. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Stop having the Birkin bags. Stop having the Jordans. Stop driving the fanciest cars. Stop trying to get a condo downtown when you don't have the money. Stop doing that. It is not helping you at all. Might make you feel good right away, but inherently is going to make you feel like shit later because you've wasted all your money on something that is inherently not who you are. Caveat. If that brings you joy and happiness and it's who you are and that's what you want to do and you've planned for that and have adjusted otherwise in your plan, then go ahead. But please, please stop doing that. The people don't care, and the real people that you want around you really don't give a shit. So please stop doing so. So the 5 money traps that you are probably currently doing right now that is causing you not to grow your wealth and become one of those wealthy individuals that we like to determine who they are. That is First and foremost, the debt cycle. The American dream, job dependency, financial literacy or illiteracy most likely, and number 5, keeping up with the Joneses. Those are the 5. What are you going to do to help yourself? Here are some things that can help you. 1, follow me, like, share, give this to everybody. But also, seriously, the resources that we have to help you understand on the financial education piece is going to lead you to changing all the other things. I said this and I'll say it again. Knowing who you are and valuing yourself, right? Putting yourself on a pedestal, loving thyself first, and understanding what brings you joy will fix and change all those other things. So let's start there. Second, let's make sure that we're bringing in more income than we're spending. Third, let's not get caught up in owning a house or all of those things. Let's make sure that the plan that you want to live is good for you. Let's then try to invest in some assets that are going to make us money while we're sleeping, so therefore we are not dependent on whatever your boss tells you to do. And last but not least, stop keeping up with the Joneses. You can handle all of those things, your wealth will grow. And let's get real. It's really not fun trying to put on for others and appease others. You just do that so someone gives you a like. Stop doing that, all right? Knock it off. Very immature if you do it. Why would we have to be so immature?